The Superman teaser has finally released, and I'm just like, I'm honestly speechless. The trailer's been out for about an hour. I got all my reactions posted, so it's time to actually talk about my thoughts on the trailer. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad trailer, but I have to be honest. I feel like they are really struggling with giving a good first impression for this Superman. Like, we all know that first teaser poster they dropped was honestly like horrible. It was not a good first teaser poster. Maybe that would have worked as a second or third poster, but as a first impression of Superman, it's not that good. And unfortunately, I have the same opinion for this trailer. Now, again, the trailer itself is good, the movie looks good, but as a first impression, I don't like it, I have to be honest. The trailer opens up with a beautiful shot of presumably the North Pole, and then out of nowhere, we get Superman crashing into the ground and bloody and passed out on the ground. That is our first shot of live action DCU Superman, guys. Bloody, passed out Superman. Not to mention, a few hours before this, we saw Superman for the first time in animation, except he was dead, nailed up on a cross. So I just feel like if we're trying to reintroduce Superman to the general public, this is not the best way to go. This is not what they need to be seeing for Superman, as a first impression at least. And honestly, this shot of Superman bleeding, passed out on the ground could have just worked later in the trailer. I just don't think this is a good first shot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you noticed it in my reaction, but as soon as I saw this as the first shot, it kind of took me out for a second. I was like, the first shot, really? Huh? He just crashed? Bro, alright. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm sorry. But let's go ahead and move on. I think that the Daily Planet in this trailer actually looks really good. I don't know if this is like a random opinion on this, but I honestly feel like this place would be so fun for like a field trip. Like, that's the vibes it gives me. Like, I would love to go on a field trip here. We got a shot of the Kent farm, and then we see John and Clark talking on the porch. Let me just tell you, man, I'm so scared for this. I love John and Martha Kent. If we see John Kent die in this movie, it's actually going to be heartbreaking. A few months ago, when we first got to see what Krypto would look like, honestly, I wasn't a fan. I kind of like the more comic book like breed of Krypto. I don't even know what the breed is called, but I like that breed more. But I knew that once we saw footage of this Krypto, plus with James Gunn's amazing track history with making us love animals, I knew I would fall for Krypto eventually, and this trailer right here is what did it for me. Krypto looks like such a good boy, I gotta be honest. He's so cute, and the way he like runs at full speed to Superman thinking he's gonna like they're gonna play fetch or something, and then he helps Superman out. I love it, bro. Give me all the Krypto. Give it all to me. We got this awesome shot of Superman saving this little girl from what I think is a big monster, and the same monster that we see later off in the trailer. And honestly, I hope we get tons and tons and tons of Superman saving other people. I know seeing him fight like villains and monsters is fun, but I want to see him saving people as well. We also got a tiny bit of Lex Luthor in this trailer, and all I can say from this really about him is that he looks petty as hell, and I love it. This man looks like the type of dude to do the most childish thing to you just because he's your op, bro. He's whether it's jealousy of Superman or he feels inferior, whatever it is, Lex is about to be up to some petty shit, and I'm actually really excited to see what he's got. Next up, we have this scene where this kid puts up this Superman flag in the middle of a war zone. I have to say, I think this has potential to possibly be the best scene in the movie, bro. I just feel so much aura in this screen. I don't know the context of what's going on, but they need help from Superman, and hopefully he shows up, man. I think it could be great. I'm actually so excited to see what happens here. Next up, we see the general public just not happy with Superman at all for some reason. They're all screaming and throwing stuff at him, and Superman's just absolutely locked in, mewing on all of them. He's just mogging right here. I gotta make sure I just use mogging right. Actually, I really don't know. And then right after that shot, we get this other shot of Superman taking refuge or something inside of what seems to be a Stag Industries building. And this is where we get to see some of the other Justice Leaguers in the movie as well. I have to be completely honest, at this current point in time, I do not care about Green Lantern or Mr. Terrific or Hawkgirl or Metamorpho. They all look good, their costumes look good. I have nothing else to say about them. I honestly don't care. I honestly hope they're not even in the movie too much, because this is a Superman movie. I don't want to see too much of other Justice Leaguers. I get, like, other superheroes exist and we have to establish that. That's fine. But I really don't want them to even be, like, side characters in this movie at all. So I'm not even going to say too much. I'm going to be honest. I'm actually surprised to see this, but we actually got a shot that is from the same scene of the first teaser poster. I thought this poster would be more of like conceptual art, maybe trying to relay a message or the main theme from the movie, but it's actually just completely a scene from the movie. And I don't even think this is like the final battle or final conflict or whatever. It's not giving final conflict vibes, but I guess it very well could be. But of course, in this scene, the city is in the background, facing against some villain being destroyed, and Superman is locked in on Lois's eyes. Superman is not budging. He is obsessed with her. We also get a shot of Clark and Lois kissing, and the interesting thing about this is that Clark is not wearing his glasses here, but he is in casual clothes. So what this is telling me is that eventually, whether the movie starts out with her knowing, which I don't think it does, Lois is going to find out his identity in this movie. Whether she finds out that Clark is Superman or that Superman is Clark, we don't know. We don't know which version of him, she fell in love with. So, but that's interesting that she will find out, and they're obviously kissing, so they're gonna get together in the movie. Very excited to see that. The rest of the trailer is just more Clois, more Lex Luthor, more Justice League, just a bunch of action. Honestly, it looks good. The movie looks good. I still don't know if I completely agree with the way the movie is color graded. It doesn't look ugly and there's plenty of color. I just don't know if I like the hue of it. I'm gonna be honest. I also think it's kind of too shadowy. At the end of the day though, this is the first teaser trailer. I think it looks really good. I'm excited for this movie. I think the movie's gonna be good. Keep it coming, James. Keep up the good work.